Elite Property Academy, Elite Investment Property Agent Certification Program, Module 2.2, Positioning You as the Expert. Hello, Greg Morris again here, and welcome back to 2.2. In this module, you're going to discover how to quickly convey confidence and position yourself as the expert, even when you have little or no background in property or investment service, knowledge, or advice. When it comes to investing successfully in property, you will need experts and you will need knowledge from experts and service providers. And there could be many people actually involved in the physical transaction. On the screen here, you can just see some of the people that may or may not be involved in every transaction. And as you can see, there's a lot of them. Now, when you're starting out and particularly learning, you don't need to be an expert on everything. In fact, what we teach you to do is simply become an expert on our 7 steps to a successful property investment sale. All you need to do is become super proficient at knowing and understanding these 7 steps and how to guide your client through these steps. Our process triggers you to introduce the right expert at the right time to give your client the right knowledge to make an informed and educated decision about what's best for them and their particular circumstance at that time to invest successfully. As you continue to grow and go through this program and your ongoing delivery into the industry, you will continue to gain knowledge, and sooner or later you will become an expert in your own right at many of the fields associated. For now, the key is know and understand the process and know when to introduce the right professional at the right time. The first stage of positioning yourself as the client is first and foremost gain some specific knowledge about the topic. The fact you're here already going through this program puts you in great stead. In fact, once you complete this program, you'll have more information and knowledge about investing successfully in property than 99% of every other property investor in Australia today. And you'll also know a great more than most of the property professionals operating in this area in Australia today. The second thing is actually gain some experience, walk the talk and apply what you're learning. The strategies we're teaching you in this program are very simple, applicable and usable strategies and techniques. Take them, apply them, and as you will find, you will quickly gain knowledge and expertise in this field. The third stage is providing critical thought about related subjects and topics. Point example is, right now in the market today, it is slow in many areas, so therefore what do most people believe? Now's not the time to be investing in property. Now, not just the general public, but many real estate agents believe that's the case. They're not buying because they think the market's slow and that's not the time to buy. But the reality is we can still make great money through a lot of our strategies regardless of what's going on with the overall property market. We find properties that are going to perform, and we've got a whole myriad of strategies to still make money, which we're going to be teaching you throughout this program. And finally, once you've done these 3 things, the 4th thing is to simply own it. Most people don't have the confidence or belief that they are an expert, but have a great deal of information, expertise, and knowledge over and above the majority of people out there. So once you've done those 4 things, congratulations. This is stage 1 of becoming an expert. Gain specific knowledge, apply that knowledge, provide critical thought, and simply own it. Following on from there, a key thing is read. When it comes to a particular topic, 1 book gives you a good baseline of information. 3 books give you a good broad knowledge of information on a topic, and 6 books will put you in the top 3% in that particular subject of all people. Pretty simple, isn't it? But most people just skim over and move on. To become an expert, take the time, do the learning, and very quickly and easily, you can position yourself as an expert and know more than 99% of the population out there. You don't have to know everything, you simply have to know 2 things. 1, know more than your client, and 2, know who to call to get the right information. Now this is a term made famous by Henry Ford. Know who to call. And then congratulations, you are now truly a bona fide expert. There are 4 stages to learning competency. The first is unconscious incompetence, means you don't know what you don't know. You've got no idea that that thing even exists. The second is conscious incompetence. You're aware of the skill, but you don't know how to do it. The third stage is conscious competence, where you can actually do the thing, but you need to think about it to actively apply it. And the 4th is becoming unconsciously competent, which means you don't even have to think about it and you're doing it proficiently. As an example, the typical one is driving a car, or learning to drive a car. When you're a baby, you don't know what a car is. As you start to grow and develop as a child, you know what a car is, but you can't drive it. You then start taking lessons and you start to be able to drive the car, but you need to consciously think about putting it in gear, using the accelerator and brake, etc. And finally, before long, you're driving all over the place and you're not even thinking about driving, all of a sudden just arrive at your destination. At that point, you've achieved unconscious competence. So you'll all go through these 4 stages of learning to become competent at everything you do. By the time you come through this course and the rest of our EPA programs, you will become an unconscious, competent expert in property investment advice, success, and sales. The second stage of developing your expert status is developing a workshop, get publicity or exposure with your content, engage in business forums as a guest speaker on your topic, start publishing articles, blogs, video content about topics, or write a book. And this is really starting to give you a public persona or position you publicly as an expert. People often refer others they know to be experts because of their public position and persona, which conveys trust. Stay one step ahead. Many of you may have seen the movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio that depicted Frank Abagnale. Frank actually gained a job for 12 months as a professor at a university in the States teaching sociology to freshman and sophomore year. After the year, when he was finally caught, they asked him, "Frank, how did you manage to do this and teach at that level an entire year without anybody actually realizing?" And do you know what Frank said? He said it was easy. All I needed to do was stay one chapter ahead. And while you're learning and growing, that's exactly what you need to do. Stay one chapter ahead of your clients and make sure you got the right investment team of advice professionals around you that have the expertise, knowledge, and skills that you need to be able to pass on to your clients at the right time by following our 7-step process. So you're 2, leverage of the experts around you while you're still learning. Become an expert of the 7 sales to a sales process. To do, first and foremost, leverage of the experts around you while you're still learning. Secondly, become an expert on our EPA 7 sales to a sales process. As you learn and continue to grow, you will develop your confidence, knowledge, skills, and ability, and you too will become an expert at property investment advice and guidance. That's it for Module 2.2. I'll see you in 2.3.